Konbanwa! Hi guys, this is Phil, a Kiwi in Japan. Welcome to my channel again, Treasures for Trigger. And in the last video we talked about the Ninja Turtles which I had delivered, and I mentioned that I had a couple of the turtle wagons, so I thought I'd just bring up display. This is one of the junky wagons that I have, which I got in a bulk set. We're missing a door and so forth, but yeah, just thought that I'd show this one off a little bit. Anyway, the reason for the video today is finally I received something in the post today after a long wait, something from eBay this time, and I bought something about 4 or 5 weeks ago from a guy in New York and had it delivered here, and it's arrived today, so I'll be doing a bit of an opening of that. And for me, again, comparing what I collect in Japan compared to New Zealand, it's actually quite good for me purchasing things from eBay in Japan because there are no import taxes or anything like that. So I've compared looking at buying things and getting them sent back to New Zealand compared to sending them to Japan, and it's cheaper to get things sent to Japan because there's no import taxes or any extra hidden costs. So that's another wee plus for being over here, which is cool. Even things from Australia, even though it's right next door to New Zealand, it's actually cheaper to have it sent from Australia to Japan as opposed to Australia to New Zealand. Anyway, so yeah, I've bought a few things off eBay, particularly Dino Riders things. That's probably my favorite toy line, and Dino Riders was a fairly limited run of toys, again in the sort of late 80s, which are very hard to come by. They do have a series in Japan, but there are sort of bits and pieces that I need to complete certain figures, and I'm finding that eBay is my best option for that. Again, being in Japan, it's sort of in the middle between America and Europe. So again, I'm finding if I buy things from sellers in Europe, the postage from Europe to Japan is actually quite reasonable as well in most instances. So yeah, I've had some good results using eBay, as well as the two other Japanese sites that I mentioned in previous videos. Anywho, I am going to again go into the post box, and I'm going to grab this, and let's see what we have from our friend in New York. Looks like it's been opened by customs in Japan. It's got a Japan Post sticker on it, so they've obviously were maybe a little bit suspicious in terms of what was inside. It's not a box, so I can just rip it to bits, and a few random bits and pieces in here. But there is one thing in particular that I wanted to get from this lot. So all very tightly stuck. It's bubble wrapped, and the bubble wrap is stuck to the packaging. Okay, alright. So, first of all, we have a Raphael Ninja Turtle. It goes nicely with the wagon, and it's an animated version, I think. So he was only a couple of dollars, so I thought that I would get him chucked in as well. Again, Ninja Turtles are popular in Japan, so I'll have no problem selling this off and making a bit of money from him. What else do we have? Okay, we have got I think this guy's name's Aragon. Ghostbusters fright features, I think. So again, I don't have too many Ghostbusters. I recently bought some back home, but next one we have Masters of the Universe, and he's got some flimsy looking legs. He's not in too bad a condition. Roboto. So yep, that's another one of the main series toys that I collect, the Masters of the Universe. We've got plenty of him, so he'll probably go back and be sold off in Japan as well. Here's another toy from a series that I don't spend a lot of time collecting, but I do have a few figures. This is Lando, Star Wars. I'm pretty sure it's from the original 1970s. Unless I've had an absolute shocker. Let me see. I can't see any dates on them. Oh, here we go. My eyesight's... I will have to have a wee look at that later on. But I think it says 82 on it. Okay, so we've got Lando. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 6 figures in total. And we have a bit more of a complete figure here with different weapons and things. So this is a Donatello, and he can hide in his shell. And he comes with a few accessories as well. So yeah, I got this guy pretty cheap again because he's got all of his accessories. I can probably get rid of this as well. Okay, the main thing, and it's the smallest figure out of the lot. This is, I think his name's Tark, and he's a Dino Riders figure. And he goes with the Stegosaurus dinosaur. So I've got the other character, but I didn't have this guy, so I wanted to get this guy badly. So I got the bulk lot, which made it all worthwhile getting it sent over from America, because the postage from New York was quite expensive. Probably the postage worked out to be more than the cost of the figures. So yeah, that's the reason why I bought this lot basically. So I don't know how many of these I'll actually keep at the end. Maybe I'll keep Lando. I don't have him. The Ninja Turtles, probably not. I'll get rid of Roboto because I've got a few of him, and that's the guy that I wanted at the front there. So actually the last video I told a bit of a lie. I do have a collection of toys back in New Zealand, which I have never laid eyes on before in my life. So when I started my hobby a year ago, I also started buying toys from Trade Me, and so I have got a whole bunch of toys sitting at my parents' house waiting for me when I do eventually go back home one day. So it's going to be like the biggest Christmas day ever when I go back and unwrap everything that's at home waiting for me. So it's kind of weird. I've got half a toy collection in Japan, half a toy collection in New Zealand, which I've never actually physically seen, only through the photos that were displayed when they were being advertised. So this wee guy here, his buddy and his dinosaur are actually back home in New Zealand. So they'll be reunited whenever I am able to get back home to New Zealand. So I better make sure that I don't forget him and stick him in my suitcase when I head back at some point. Yeah, so the New Zealand collection is as big as what I have in Japan. It's probably scared the crap out of my parents in terms of the things that I've had delivered. But yeah, I think I've got some good stuff there waiting for me at home. Again, I think I've got some things in New Zealand which I could bring back to Japan, which would be popular and less commonly available, which I could sell back in Japan. So there's going to be a lot of toing and froing. I already send things from Japan to New Zealand and sell, and also it's also possible to do the vice versa. Especially Masters of the Universe, that's really widely available in New Zealand, for example, but they're much harder to come by in Japan, and they do go for higher prices in Japan because of that. So I've got a few Masters of the Universe figures in New Zealand which I am hoping to bring back to Japan at some point and sell off. So yeah, it's interesting. Some figures are more popular here, some figures are more popular back home, and therefore that really dictates the prices as well. So if I think carefully about it, I can usually work out which places are the best to purchase and which places are the best to sell the different series. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to do tonight. That's eBay. eBay's a good one for me, again, being in Japan. Avoid some of those hidden costs. Alright guys, that's about it. Thank you very much again for watching. Please subscribe, please make any comments. Yeah, see you again in the future. Cheers, see ya.